What is going on YouTube? This is Max coming back at you once again with another video. This time I got a comparison video between a Sony A90J and a Samsung QN900B. Now if you like this type of content, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Before I go ahead and reveal which TV is which, I'm going to go ahead and play the same contest that I did in my previous videos, and I'm going to have everyone try and guess which TV is which. So let's go ahead and start. So, are you ready for me to give you the answer? Okay, so on the left hand side, if you guess the Sony A90J, you will be correct. And on the right hand side is a Samsung QN900B. Now, by looking at both of them I see that they have their strengths and they also have their weaknesses. By looking at this game, Spider-Man Miles Morales, already I could tell you that the Sony A90J has more detail when it comes to the gameplay footage and also more depth compared to the Samsung QN900B. Now, Sony is not perfect in everything. One thing that I could say, well, there's a couple of things that I could say about the Sony A90J. When it comes to HDR impact, it is nothing compared to the Samsung QN900B. The Sony A90J has great specular highlights. However, it does start to lose some of its color volume when it comes to those brighter scenes like explosions, or when it comes to HDR content. It cannot hold the color volume compared to the QN900B, especially when I'm watching or playing HDR content. So that's something to keep in mind as well too. Now, the QN900B has done a great job. Now there is a little bit of push of red in certain scenes of the picture, and even in the beginning of the gameplay footage, I noticed that there was a little bit of greenish, especially when it comes to Miles Morales when you're just getting off the train. But other than that, this is out of the box settings. It looks good for, especially coming out of default settings for the QN900B. But the Sony A90J, on the other hand, yeah, this TV is, even though it's a 2021 TV, for it being having the XR processor, Sony does take the lead on this, but it's not like a huge landslide between the two. Now they go blow for blow for each scene, and I mentioned that the Sony A90J does better when it comes to the picture quality, when it comes to the depth and detail, but the QN900B definitely has that depth and detail as well. It's not that far behind Sony. However, with the price that is going at this time, those are kind of like the things I kind of like think about. Now, if they were at the same price range, or exactly the same price range at the time of this recording, I would say that they will both be neck and neck when it comes to this review. But talking about the price comparison and talking about if I throw the price out right now, I still will say that the Sony A90J is still, it would be a better TV, especially in the picture category. Now, when it comes to the HDR portion of it, this is where I will say, when it comes to specular highlights, the QN900B definitely has that HDR impact. And those are the things that I kind of think about when I play games and when I watch movie content. The HDR has way more punch and pop on the QN900B compared to the Sony A90J. Now, let me know what your thoughts are. I had to do this quick comparison between each other. Let me know in the comments of what you guys think when it comes to the Sony A90J against the Samsung QN900B. Is this something that you're interested in, the QN900B being the price that is at right now? Or what do you think of the Sony A90J? So I know these are two different technologies. Both TVs has their strengths and weaknesses. So with the Sony, it would never get as bright as the QN900B. And for the Samsung QN900B, it would never achieve those black details as a OLED. So there's going to be trade-offs back and forth when it comes to that. But at the same time too, it comes down to what's your use case scenario? What are you going to be using the TV for? If it comes to movie content and casual gaming, the Sony A90J will be the overall winner. When it comes to gaming feature, well-rounded TV, if it's something that's going to be in a bright area where you have a bright room with nothing but windows and you're definitely heavily into gaming, the QN900B would definitely be a good candidate when you think about buying it, but not at the price that it's at right now. But if it gets a little bit cheaper, then that'll be a little bit of a different story. Okay, I'm about to go ahead and end this video. I just want to say thank you everyone for watching my video and subscribing, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Take care. Bye.